Have you felt that in your soul? That deep, exhaustive feeling of running toward a finish line that suddenly moves, always one step ahead of you. You find yourself before a great portal, the cosmic vault that holds your new reality, and you can hear the echoes of your destiny on the other side. Your intuition whispers that everything you desire already exists there, waiting. You have your hands on the mechanism, the great cosmic combination lock, and you have been turning the dials relentlessly. You have applied every technique, every meditation, every affirmation with an almost sacred devotion. You have aligned your thoughts, calibrated your emotions, and yet, the last tumbler refuses to click into place. That sound, that final click of release, remains a deafening silence in the vast field of potential. It is the subtle pain of being so close, of feeling the texture of the door yet still remaining outside, questioning what more needs to be done. This spiritual exhaustion is a frequency of its own, a vibration that reverberates in every cell of your body. It is not the fatigue of physical labor, but the depletion of a soul that has strived to become worthy of a reality that is already yours by right. You have become a master of neuroplasticity, consciously sculpting new neural pathways. You have learned to speak the language of quantum physics, visualizing the collapse of the probability wave in your favor. You have sat in silence, seeking coherence between heart and mind, waiting for the field to respond to your new energetic signature. And it did respond, with synchronicities, with signs, with glimpses that fueled your hope. However, the physical manifestation, the solid matter of your new life, seems held back by an invisible veil. This validation of your journey is crucial. Your effort has not been in vain. Every step was necessary to bring you to this exact point of resonance, to this precise moment in time and space. And then, you arrived here, at this very moment, before this screen. It is fundamental that you understand the physics behind this encounter. This is not a whim of the algorithm, a random suggestion in a sea of information. Your arrival in this space is an act of quantum synchronicity, a point of convergence where your conscious seeking has perfectly aligned with an echo from your future self. The unified field, the intelligence that orchestrates the dance of atoms and galaxies, conspired to draw your attention to this transmission. Think of it as quantum entanglement. A part of you that already lives in the new reality sent a signal across time, and your current consciousness, hungry for resolution, captured it. You did not find this video, you summoned it. You drew it forth from an infinite field of possibilities because your soul's frequency was ready for the final piece of the puzzle, for the information that would finally complete the energetic circuit. Take a deep breath now and allow this truth to anchor in your being. This transmission does not contain one more technique for you to try. There is no new visualization method, no more powerful mantra or complex ritual to perform. You have already done the work. You have already accumulated the knowledge. Your internal library is filled with strategies and practices. Trying to add another layer of effort would be like adding one more digit to a combination that is already correct, only scrambling the result. What you will receive here is different. It is the final resonance. It is the missing number, the specific vibration the universe was waiting for you to emit so that the mechanism of the cosmic vault could finally recognize your unique and authentic signature. This is not a lesson, it is an activation. It is the fine-tuning of your frequency, the final calibration that allows the door, which was never truly locked, to open effortlessly. Feel this in your body now, the tension in the shoulders of one who carries the weight of expectation, the subtle anxiety in the solar plexus, an energetic knot of hope mixed with the fear of disappointment. Every wrong turn on the cosmic lock has left a residue, a micro-doubt that has lodged itself in your energetic field. Am I doing something wrong? Am I not worthy? Maybe this transformation is for others, not for me. These are the dissonant frequencies, the little noises that interfere with the pure signal of your intention. The universe does not judge your worthiness. It simply responds to the clarity of your transmission. The frustration you feel is not a sign of failure, but rather proof of your power. It is your soul refusing to accept a reality lesser than the one it was destined for, creating a creative tension that has pushed you inevitably to this moment of resolution and clarity. And here is the great paradigm shift, the key that changes the nature of the game. The last tumbler of the lock is not stuck for lack of strength or an incorrect combination. It is being held in place by the very energy of effort. You have been trying to break down a door that only opens with surrender. You have been pushing against a barrier that only dissolves when you stop fighting. The reality you seek is not a prize to be won, but a state of being to be remembered and embodied. The quantum field does not respond to struggle. It responds to resonance. It mirrors back to you the frequency you are most dominantly emitting, and the frequency of trying to get there perpetuates the experience of not having arrived yet. Your exhaustion, therefore, is not an obstacle. It is your greatest ally. It is the universe's invitation for you to finally let go of the tools and discover the power that resides in your silence. By the end of this journey with us, you will not have just opened the door. You will have become the key itself. You will understand on a cellular and energetic level that the transformation you seek is not a future event, but a present recognition. I promise you a crystal clarity on the quantum mechanism that has kept you in this cycle of near success. You will receive the energetic activation that shifts your consciousness from the state of seeking to the state of arrival. The feeling of frustration will be transmuted into a deep sense of power and peace, as you will realize that control has always been in your hands, not in an external technique or cosmic permission. You will leave this space not with one more thing to do, but with a new way of being, an alignment so natural and effortless that your new reality will unfold before you as the inevitable consequence of who you have become. If every word so far has resonated like an echo of your own soul, if you feel this pull of destiny, this recognition that your journey has brought you precisely to this safe harbor, I invite you to anchor your presence in this field of transformation. This is not a request for engagement, but an invitation to a conscious, energetic act. By going down to the comments section and writing the words "I was meant to be here," you are not just communicating with an algorithm. You are declaring to the universe, to your subconscious, and to the quantum field that you are present, aware, and ready to receive the final activation. It is your energetic yes, your intentional alignment with the flow of synchronicity that has brought you here. Do this now and feel the subtle shift in energy, the first soft click of the universal mechanism responding to your conscious choice to be fully present. For you to understand the nature of this moment, visualize that cosmic vault again, the lock that guards your new reality. The frustration you feel, this sensation of being stuck a millimeter from the finish line, is not a sign of failure. On the contrary, it is the clearest of indications. It is feedback from the universe, a precise diagnostic reading that tells you exactly where the energy is stagnant. You have been turning the dial, aligning the internal mechanisms with impressive dedication, and the echo of each successful alignment resonates through your being. However, a single pin, the last vibrational secret, remains stubbornly out of place, creating a friction that prevents the final opening. This friction is not a punishment. It is a guide. It is focusing all your attention, all your awareness, on the exact point that requires your final mastery, inviting you to look not with more force, but with a radically new and different clarity. What makes this moment, specifically before October 13th, so crucially potent is the physics of the cosmos itself. We are entering a rare celestial alignment, a portal that creates what quantum physicists call a zero-point field. Imagine a space where linear time and three-dimensional space become fluid, a vacuum of pure potential where the distinction between observer and observed dissolves. In this sacred window, reality loses its usual rigidity. It becomes extraordinarily malleable, like soft clay in a sculptor's hands, responding not to physical effort, but to the pure coherence of your frequency. Matter becomes more obedient to consciousness. Timelines, which once seemed fixed, now intertwine and become accessible. This portal is not an external force acting upon you. It is a cosmic amplification of your own innate ability to collapse the wave function, to choose and manifest a reality with unprecedented speed and clarity. Now, let's deepen the metaphor, for this is where your clarity will become crystal clear. The pins of this cosmic lock are not mechanical pieces of metal. They are the vibrational components of your energetic field. Each pin corresponds to a fundamental frequency that you constantly emit. There is the pin of your conscious thoughts, the pin of your subconscious beliefs, the pin of your dominant emotions, and the pin of your actions in the world. Throughout your journey, you have worked tirelessly to harmonize these elements. You have reprogrammed thoughts, healed emotional wounds, aligned your actions with your deepest values. You have achieved a remarkable internal coherence, which is why you feel the new reality so palpably, so close. You have aligned almost everything. Almost. The symphony of your new reality is playing, but a single dissonant note still prevents the full harmony from manifesting and opening the door. Feel the truth of this in your body. Here is the paradigm shift, the revelation that will change everything for you. The final pin, the one that is keeping the door to your new reality sealed, is not stuck because of some lingering doubt, hidden fear, or lack of worthiness. You have already worked on that. The real reason is much more subtle, much deeper, and paradoxically much simpler to resolve. The last pin is jammed by the very frequency of waiting, the energy of, when is this going to happen? The feeling of anxious anticipation, the constant checking for external signs. To validate that it's working, this is a specific frequency, a distinct vibrational signature, and this signature by its very nature transmits a single powerful message to the quantum field. It has not arrived yet. It is in the future. This is not a flaw of yours. It is simply the mechanics of creation that you are now destined to master. Let's dissect the physics of the waiting energy. Think of it as a wave that you constantly project into the quantum field. This wave carries the information of absence. It encodes your desired reality as something that is always on the horizon, perpetually one step away. It is the state of running toward a finish line that moves at the same speed as you. The universe, in its infinite perfection, does not judge this frequency. It simply reflects it with impeccable precision, materializing for you the continuous experience of almost there. Your dedication and your work are immense, but they have been applied while you simultaneously broadcast this underlying signal of not yet. Your energy was divided. One part of you was building the new reality, while another part insisted it was not yet ready to be inhabited. The universe simply obeyed both instructions, creating the stalemate you feel so acutely now. This is why this moment calls for what we call the October 13th quantum lock-in. This is not another ritual to do or a technique to learn. It is a decision. It is a conscious and sovereign act of collapsing the energetic duality. It is the moment when you deliberately stop emitting the frequency of waiting and begin to embody, in every cell of your being, the frequency of arrival. It is the conscious transmutation of the question, when, into the declaration, now. The quantum lock-in is your act of withdrawing your energy from the timeline of seeking and anchoring it fully and irrevocably in the timeline of fulfillment. It is your final claim. It is not a request to the universe, but a command issued from the center of your being, a final alignment that causes the last pin to slide into place with a resonant and definitive click. Understand this fundamental truth. The universe is not withholding anything from you. It is not an external entity that decides if you are ready or if you deserve your manifestation. It is a perfect, impartial, and instantaneous energetic mirror. It cannot give you what you are not, vibrationally speaking. It cannot deliver a package to an address that does not exist. Your reality is not being denied to you. It is simply being held in a state of quantum superposition, awaiting your coherent signal to collapse into physical form. Your entire journey has prepared you for this moment of absolute clarity. The responsibility and the power to send the final, unequivocal signal have never been outside of you. The universe is not waiting for an external event. It is, and always has been, waiting for you, for your decision, for your command, for your embodiment. So, I invite you now to pause and turn your awareness inward. Take a deep breath and feel your body. Be honest with a radical and loving honesty. Can you identify the area of your life where you are still projecting a future desire instead of embodying the frequency of your present fulfillment? It could be in love, career, health, or abundance. Where are you still trying to get there? Feel it in your body. Where does this waiting energy lodge itself? Is it a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, a tension in your shoulders? Feel the physical difference between the vibration of seeking, which is contracted and anxious, and the vibration of arrival, which is expansive, peaceful, and present. Be with this feeling. Acknowledge it without judgment, for by illuminating it with your awareness, you begin the process of its transmutation. This is your moment of choice, of energetic command. To make this frequency shift a deliberate and powerful act, a decree to the quantum field, I invite you to declare it. In the comments below, share which waiting energy you are now ready to transmute into being. Do not see this as a simple comment on a video, but as a sacred act. It is your energetic seal, your signature on a new contract with reality. By writing, I am transmuting waiting for abundance into being abundance, or I am transmuting waiting for love into being love, you are giving form to your intention. You are collapsing the wave of potential. You are informing every cell in your body and every corner of the universe that the waiting is over. The command has been given. The new frequency is now being broadcast. Feel the central truth that has been vibrating beneath the surface of your entire journey. The paradox that has held your new reality in a state of quantum potential, shimmering just beyond your grasp. The final act of alignment is not an act at all. It is a total and unconditional surrender to the state of being you have been desperately trying to achieve by force of will. You have approached the cosmic lock as a complex problem to be solved, a combination to be deciphered, believing that with one more affirmation, one more meditation, one more ounce of effort, the pins would finally align. But the universe does not respond to effort. It responds to resonance. Your soul, in its purest state, already holds the frequency that opens every door. The subtle desperation you feel is not a sign of failure, but a divine signal that your strategy of doing has reached its sacred limit. It is an invitation to stop picking the lock from the outside and realize the door was always unlocked from within. This October 13th portal, this celestial alignment you feel with such deep intuition, is not an external event that will grant you a gift. It is not a cosmic benefactor waiting to deliver the reality you ordered. You need to understand its true physics. It is a universal amplification field, a cosmic mirror of perfect fidelity. It does not create. It reflects and magnifies with breathtaking precision the dominant frequency you are broadcasting into the quantum field. It powerfully amplifies what you already are. That is why the energy of struggling and waiting has only created more experiences of struggle and waiting. The portal is simply preparing to show you a magnified version of your current energetic signature. This is not a judgment. It is the pure, impersonal, and loving law of coherence. The universe is not withholding your destiny. It is patiently waiting to reflect it back to you as soon as you fully embody it without the distortion of anticipation. The profound reality shift you have been waiting for, the one your soul knows is your birthright, is not something you achieve. It is a reality you finally allow by ceasing all effort to become something other than what you already are in your essence. Imagine trying to force a river to flow uphill. Your spiritual exhaustion comes from this resistance, this belief that your natural state is insufficient. You were told to raise your vibration, but this was misinterpreted as a frantic climb. The truth is that your authentic soul frequency, the unique signature of your essence, is already a perfect match for the reality you desire. The work was never about adding layers or learning complex techniques. It was always about stripping away, about shedding the false frequencies of doubt, unworthiness, and the deeply ingrained belief that you are separate from what you seek. It is a process of subtraction, not addition. So allow this truth to settle into every cell of your body, into the very marrow of your bones. You are not the safecracker, exhausted and frustrated, fumbling with tools in the dark. You are the key. You have always been the key. The combination to the cosmic lock is not a sequence of numbers or a secret mantra. It is the unique and inimitable frequency of your own soul. Your essence, in its unadulterated state, is the precise resonance that collapses the wave of potential into the reality you have envisioned. The lock was not designed to keep you out. It was designed to respond only to you. It is a security measure of the highest cosmic order, ensuring that only the authentic energetic signature of its rightful owner can grant access. All other attempts, all forced frequencies, are perceived by the universe as an imposter, and the door remains sealed not to punish you, but to protect the sanctity of your true destiny. This transmission, these words, this very frequency you are absorbing now, was not designed to give you another tool for your kit. Its sole purpose is to act as a resonant catalyst to dissolve the illusion of effort. It is here to remind you of a truth you forgot under the weight of spiritual ambition. We are not building anything new. We are simply deactivating the programs of struggle that created a static field, a dissonant hum that interfered with your pure, natural signal. Feel these words washing over you, not as information to be memorized, but as permission from the universe itself. Permission to stop trying, permission to stop forcing, permission to simply be, and in that state of pure being, become the most powerful creative force in your own universe. This is the moment you drop the heavy tools of the safecracker and remember the effortless nature of the key that you are. Now, take a deep, conscious breath. Allow a space to open within you, a space of radical honesty. I want you to truly consider this question, to let it echo in the chambers of your heart. What if all the work you have done, every book you have read, every tear you have shed, every moment of disciplined practice was not to build a key? What if its true divine purpose was to remove every layer of conditioning, every false identity, every inherited belief that made you forget you already were the key? See your journey not as a construction project, but as an archaeological dig. You were not building a ladder to heaven. You were clearing the debris that was burying a throne. This realization changes everything. It reframes every past struggle not as a failure, but as a sacred act of purification, bringing you ever closer to the raw, powerful essence of who you truly are. Let this feeling of surrender ripple through your physical body now. Feel your shoulders, which have carried the weight of this spiritual struggle, finally release and drop. Feel the tension in your jaw, which has been clenched in determination, soften and dissolve. Notice the frantic energy in your mind, the part that is always calculating the next step and analyzing progress. Begin to quiet into a state of serene observation. This is not apathy. It is the highest form of power. It is the energetic posture of the master creator who knows that their state of being is the cause, and the external world is merely the effect. You are not giving up on your dreams. You are giving up the fight against them. You are stepping out of the river's frantic current and allowing yourself to be carried by the infinitely intelligent flow of the cosmos, which has always been moving you toward your highest destiny. It is the peace of certainty. This moment calls for a conscious, symbolic act to anchor this profound paradigm shift into your physical reality. This is not about algorithms or engagement. It is a ritual of declaration. It is your signal to the universe that you have understood the message. I invite you now to consciously move your mouse or finger and click the like button, but as you do, infuse it with a powerful intention. Let this single click represent the sound of you dropping all the heavy tools of the spiritual ego. Let it be the definitive act of ceasing the struggle, of ending the war against yourself. See it as the moment you stop trying to pick the lock and finally, gracefully and powerfully, accept that you have always been, and always will be, the one and only key. You are not becoming worthy. You are remembering that you are worthiness itself. Click now and feel the release. Now take a deep breath. Allow your eyelids to close gently, not to block out the world, but to open the universe that resides within you. Let us enter the resonance chamber together, the metaphorical heart of that cosmic vault. Visualize this space not as a physical place, but as a state of pure consciousness. It is an inner sanctuary, silent and vast, where the walls are made of the very fabric of space-time and the floor is a dark mirror reflecting the glow of distant galaxies. It is not a place you visit, it is a state you access, a field of pure potential that has always been available, patiently waiting for you to tune in. Feel the temperature of the air, the deep stillness, the sensation of being suspended in the exact center of creation. Here, at this 0 point of your being, the separation between you and the universe completely dissolves, setting the stage for the most profound energetic activation your soul has ever experienced. In this sacred space, become aware of a subtle hum, an omnipresent vibration. This is the murmur of the quantum field, the silent symphony of all possibilities existing simultaneously in a state of superposition. It is the energy of the universe before it collapses into matter, before it becomes an experience. Feel this frequency vibrating in your hands, in your chest, at the base of your spine. It is a neutral energy, full of unconditional love and limitless potential. This is the sound of creation itself, and you are a unique and indispensable note within this cosmic orchestra. Allow your body to familiarize itself with this primordial resonance, letting every cell of your being remember its origin. This vibration is not something external to you. It is the fundamental language of your existence, the rhythmic pulse of the source from which you emerged and to which you are always connected, even when you forget it on your human journey. Now, with your awareness sharpened, notice within this harmonious symphony a single, slightly dissonant note. It is a subtle hum of impatience, an almost imperceptible frequency of friction. This, my friend, is the sound of waiting. It is the energy you have been emitting, the vibration that tells the universe it hasn't arrived yet. I'm almost there. Feel it in your body. Perhaps it manifests as tension in your shoulders, a tightness in your solar plexus, or a restlessness in your mind. This frequency is not your enemy. It was the guardian that kept you safe on the threshold, the engine that drove your quest. But its purpose has been served. To hold on to this vibration now is like holding the key in the lock without turning it. Acknowledge it with gratitude. Honor your journey thus far, and prepare to release it lovingly, for it does not belong to the reality that now calls you home. With your focused intention and open heart, you now give permission for this frequency of waiting to dissolve completely. Visualize this dissonant note gently fading into the silence of the resonance chamber. See it as a gray smoke that dissipates without a trace, or feel it as a knot in your energetic field that unravels with infinite softness. There is no effort, no struggle. It is a surrender, an act of supreme trust in divine timing. As it leaves, feel the space it occupied being filled by a vacuum of peace, a fertile and profound silence. The friction is gone. The anxiety of anticipation has been replaced by the serenity of presence. You are no longer on the eve of your transformation. You are now at its pulsing center, fully present in the only moment that exists, the eternal and all-powerful now, free from the expectation of the future. In this pure silence, a new vibration begins to emerge from the center of your being. It is not something you invent, but something you remember. It is your soul signature, your unique core frequency in all the cosmos. Feel it. For some, it will be a deep, resonant musical tone. For others, a vibrant, pulsating color, like liquid gold or cobalt blue. For still others, it will be a sensation of expansive warmth and unconditional love radiating from the heart. Do not analyze it. Just allow it to grow in intensity, filling every atom of your body, every corner of your consciousness. This is your truth. This is the frequency of your already manifested reality, the vibration of your fully realized self. Allow this pure note to become the only sound, the only color, the only sensation in your existence. You are not trying to achieve this frequency. You are simply allowing it to be. Then, it happens. The exact moment your soul signature completely fills the resonance chamber, a perfect synchronization occurs. You feel a deep click, which is not auditory, but somatic and unmistakable. It is the sound of total alignment. A wave of coherence rushes through every cell, realigning your DNA, your neurological structure, your energetic field. A flash of brilliant white light floods your inner vision, the light of consciousness recognizing itself. This is the quantum lock-in. It is not an event that happens to you but through you. It is the universe responding to the flawless clarity of your frequency emission. In that instant, the cosmic lock is not forced open. It dissolves, for it recognizes that the key and the lock were always made of the same essence. Feel the certainty, the peace, and the power of this moment. It is the end of the search. It is the arrival home. Immediately after the click, immense doors of light and potential swing open before you, silent and majestic. They do not creak or resist. They open like a flower at dawn, revealing not just a scene, but a torrent of living energy. Feel the breeze of your new reality on your face. Inhale its scent, which might be like the smell of wet earth after rain, or the fragrance of a flower you have never known. See the colors more vibrant and saturated than anything your physical eyes have ever seen. This is not a mere visualization. It is an energetic download, a calibration of your consciousness to operate in this new density of reality. You are receiving the light codes, the information and the awareness of your new self. This is your personal quantum field, once in a state of potential, now collapsing into your predestined reality, flowing into you unstoppably and gracefully. Remain in this sensation for a moment, bathing in the energy of your new timeline. Let the certainty of it anchor in your bones, in your heart. Now, with this experience vibrating intensely in your consciousness, bring to your mind the answer to this question. As the lock opened, what was the first feeling, image, or word that flooded your awareness from your new reality? Trust the first thing that comes up. Now, to anchor this energetic activation in your physical reality, to declare to the universe that the shift has been accepted on all levels of your being, take this moment and materialize it. Go to the comment section and with the focused intention of one who has just passed through the portal, comment the words, "The lock is open, right now." This act seals your commitment and transforms the ethereal energy into a physical and indelible milestone on your journey of ascension. The activation is complete. Take a deep breath and feel the subtle resonance, the echo of the universe that has just clicked into a new alignment within you. The work of forcing, of searching, of deciphering the cosmic combination is over. Your new function, your new energetic identity, now emerges. You are no longer the pilgrim knocking at a locked door. You are the guardian of the open portal. Your task is no longer to achieve, but to integrate. It is no longer to manifest, but to embody. The energy that was once spent on effort is now redirected to the serene embodiment of this new reality. The portal is not a destination you have reached, but a threshold you now inhabit. Your presence, your calm, and your certainty are the keys that keep this passage to your new timeline permanently accessible. Feel the weight and the lightness of this new role. It is the power of stillness, the strength that does not need to prove itself because it simply is. This is your mastery now. The crucial period between this exact moment and the October 13th portal is not a time of passive waiting, but a field of active integration. Imagine your consciousness as fertile soil that has just received a seed of cosmic potential. This time is for acclimation, for allowing the roots of this new reality to deepen into every cell of your being. Your neuroplasticity is at its peak. Your brain is eagerly seeking new evidence to form the neural pathways that correspond to your new frequency. Every conscious choice you make, every thought you align with your new truth, is like watering this seed. It is not about waiting for something to happen out there. It is about actively nurturing the reality that has already happened in here. You are recalibrating your nervous system to operate from a state of fulfillment, not of desire. This is a sacred process of becoming, of allowing your physical body to catch up to the speed of your soul. Inevitably, echoes of your old self will arise. Doubts, fears, and familiar thought patterns may appear in your field of awareness, testing your new resolve. It is vital that you understand the nature of these phenomena. They are not signs that the activation has failed. On the contrary, they are proof that you have shifted so profoundly that the old reality is disintegrating. Treat these thoughts and feelings as echoes from a timeline that is no longer yours. They are like letters sent to an address where you no longer live. They are the static from a frequency you are no longer tuned into. Your task as guardian is not to fight these shadows, but to observe them with compassion and detachment, recognizing them as the last vestiges of a reality that has already collapsed. They have no power over you unless you invite them into your new home. The most powerful tool you now possess is your neutral observation. When an old fear of scarcity or loneliness arises, do not suppress or judge it. Instead, pause, breathe. Look at it as a scientist would observe an artifact from an ancient civilization. Acknowledge it. Ah, here is the thought pattern that believed I was not enough. Silently thank it for the role it played in your journey. For every fear was once a distorted attempt to keep you safe. Then, with the serene authority of the guardian, you simply withdraw your energy from it. You release it back to the quantum field to be transmuted. You do not need to fix it, understand it, or analyze it. You simply see it for what it is: obsolete data, an energetic ghost with no substance in your new reality. This act of detached observation dissolves its charge and strengthens your command over your new state of being. As the echoes of the old timeline dissipate, the universe will begin to present you with evidence of the new one. You will start to notice an increase in synchronicities, those moments of magical alignment that defy linear logic. A song on the radio with the exact answer to a silent question, meeting the right person at the perfect moment, seeing number sequences that resonate with your heart. These are not accidents. They are milestones. Energetic breadcrumbs the quantum field is placing in your path to confirm you are on the right track. They are external reflections of your internal coherence. Every synchronicity is a wink from the universe saying, "I see you. I feel your new frequency. Keep going." Your task is to receive them not with surprise but with a serene recognition, as if you were meeting old friends. They are the tangible proof that the portal is open and you are walking through it with grace. To amplify this process, begin to consciously interact with these confirmations. When a synchronicity occurs, do not just note it mentally. Pause and feel it in your body. Anchor the feeling of wonder, of alignment, of certainty in your heart. You might even say quietly or to yourself, "I received this confirmation. I am living from my new reality." This transforms a passive observation into a powerful act of co-creation. You are informing the universe that you not only noticed the signal, but have integrated it as part of your lived truth. This feedback loop between your consciousness and the quantum field accelerates your embodiment. You stop looking for signs and start living in a constant dialogue with a universe that is actively conspiring to mirror the magnificence you now allow yourself to be. It is the physics of resonance in its most beautiful and practical form. The most profound shift you must make now is a shift in operational identity. You must consciously stop identifying as someone who is trying to achieve a transformation and start identifying as the person who is already living it. The difference is seismic. A person who is trying to achieve operates from a frequency of lack, of not yet. A person who is already living the transformation operates from a frequency of wholeness, of it already is. You are no longer preparing for the party. You are the party. Your questions change from, "How can I get this?" to, "What is possible from this new place of being?" You make decisions, not based on where you have been, but on who you have become. This is not an act of pretending. It is an act of claiming the truth of who you are at the soul level, allowing your physical reality to reorganize around this unshakable truth. Now, let us anchor this new identity in the physical world, for energy always follows intention solidified by action. Close your eyes for a moment and connect with this version of you who is the guardian of the open portal, who lives on the other side of the threshold. Feel their calm, their confidence, their freedom. From that state of being, ask yourself, what is one simple, small, tangible action I will take in the next 24 hours that is a direct reflection of this new reality? Maybe it is making that call you have been dreading, but that your new self makes with ease. Maybe it is setting aside time for self-care, something your old self said you did not deserve. Maybe it is simply looking at your reflection and smiling with genuine acceptance. The action itself does not matter as much as the energy behind it. What is your first step as the being you have become? Now, bring that action into your mind with crystal clarity. This is your first act of conscious decree from your new timeline. To seal this energetic commitment, to declare to the universe and to yourself that the change is real and irrevocable, share your first action in the comments. Not as a performance, but as a ritual of anchoring. Declare your sovereignty over your new reality by writing the words, "I commit to living from my new reality." Each person who makes this declaration adds their energy to the collective grid, creating a field of resonance that strengthens us all. This is not just a comment on a video. It is a knot you are tying in the fabric of space-time, fixing your consciousness firmly in the future you have just claimed. The door is open. Take your first step. Now, take a deep breath and feel the reverberating stillness that follows a great cosmic event. The click you felt, the opening of the quantum lock, was not the sound of a hard-won victory, but the harmonic vibration of your own being finally recognized by the universe. This moment, this very now, is the quiet, powerful culmination of every step you have ever taken. Every doubt you faced, every meditation you dove into, every tear of frustration, and every glimpse of hope has woven the energetic fiber that brought you to this threshold. You did not just arrive at a destination. You became the destination itself. You did not open a door. You remembered that you have always been both the key and the door. Celebrate this instant not with euphoria, but with a deep, reverent peace, recognizing that the entirety of your journey has converged into this single sacred activation, the 0 point from which all becomes new, becomes possible, becomes yours. This portal, activated by the catalyzing energy of October 13th, is not a trophy room where you rest on your spiritual laurels. It is the opposite. It is a vestibule that opens onto an infinite landscape, a field of pure potential stretching beyond the horizon of your previous imagination. You have been led to the edge of a new universe, one that operates under a higher physics of consciousness. The shift you have initiated is not the end of your transformation, but the true and authentic beginning. It is your graduation. You have passed from the level of consciousness where reality was something to be deciphered, fixed, or painstakingly manifested, to a level where reality becomes your canvas, your clay, your symphony. The journey up to now was about purifying your frequency so you could hear the music of the universe. The journey that begins now is about becoming the composer, conducting the harmonies of creation with the clear intention and coherent heart of a master. Understand the fundamental shift in the game of existence that you are about to experience. The old paradigm, the reality you are emerging from, was about unlocking a potential that seemed external. It was a cosmic scavenger hunt, where you sought signs, techniques, and alignments to crack the combination of a reality that seemed withheld by some greater force. It was the game of becoming worthy, of striving to align, of trying to collapse the probability wave in your favor. The new game, the one you now have unrestricted access to, is that of conscious architecture. You are no longer trying to guess the system's password. You are the administrator with root access. Your consciousness is no longer a receiver trying to tune into a distant station. It is the transmission tower itself, broadcasting a frequency so pure and powerful that the quantum field has no choice but to mirror its coherence in material form. This transition from seeking to creating demands a new set of skills, a new way of being. The tools of meditation, visualization, and affirmation that brought you to this point are now your foundational alphabet, but they are not the poetry you will write. In the high-density energy field you have entered, the time between thought and manifestation compresses dramatically. Your brain's neuroplasticity becomes instantly reactive to your energetic signature, and your ability to direct the collapse of the wave function becomes primary. Here, hesitation creates hesitant realities. Doubt is no longer an obstacle to be overcome. It is a creative instruction that manifests universes of uncertainty. Your mastery now lies in the ability to maintain an unshakable coherence between heart and mind, to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled not as a technique, but as your natural default state of breathing, of existing, of being. This brings us to the crucial questions that define your new journey. Now that you have accessed this accelerated timeline, how do you navigate it with grace and power? How do you master the art of instantaneous creation in a high-density reality where every thought is a potent seed and every emotion is the water that makes it sprout? What are the new rules of engagement when your internal state is so immediately and mercilessly reflected in your external world, turning every moment into an act of conscious creation? The old map is useless in this new territory. Trying to apply the strategies of the old world here would be like trying to navigate the ocean with a city street map. You need a new navigation system, one that is based not on doing, but on being, not on seeking, but on allowing, not on controlling, but on commanding from your sovereign center. Your journey has expanded, and the power now flowing through you is exponentially greater. This is why our connection cannot end here. The activation was the essential step, but integration and mastery are what will transform this moment of power into a lifetime of deliberate creation. Entry into this new reality is secured. Now the work is to learn to live in it as a master. You have successfully performed your quantum lock-in and opened the portal, but stepping through and mastering the physics of this new world is an entirely new skill, an art that requires precise guidance and a deep understanding of the principles of real-time creation. Are you ready not just to see the new world, but to build it, to shape it with the precision of an artist and the wisdom of an ancient soul who remembers its innate power. The universe mirrors your decisions. Your journey to this point has been driven by your choice to evolve. Now, a new choice presents itself, the choice to master. Now that the main portal is open, what new horizon are you setting for your soul? What reality, once considered a distant dream, now becomes your next creation project, your next universe to be explored and manifested? Feel the vastness of this question, for its answer will become the compass that guides your first steps in this new and magnificent landscape of infinite potential. The power to navigate and create already resides within you, waiting only for the correct map to be fully activated and directed with the precision of a master builder. Your evolution does not stop. It only accelerates, and the tools must evolve with you. This is not an invitation to watch another video. It is a call to continue your initiation. Subscribe and activate all notifications, not as an act of content consumption, but as an energetic declaration to the universe that you are committed to mastery. This act anchors your intention not just to step through the door we have opened together, but to learn to navigate the vast territory that lies beyond it. In our next transmission, we will provide the navigation map for this new reality. We will detail the 3 fundamental laws of manifestation in the accelerated timeline and deliver the practical tools for you to become a conscious architect of your universe. Your place in this new era is assured. Now, it is time to claim your dominion over it. Make your choice. Declare your readiness. The next level of your existence awaits.